What's up, guys? FrugalBC. Today we are talking about how to buy Algorand, and this is part of a new beginner series for new people new to blockchain, new to crypto, called How to Algo. This will serve two purposes now. This will be one for people brand new to crypto who just want some information on this stuff. It can be really hard to find. A lot of people talk at high levels on this stuff, and sometimes we got to bring it back to the basics. For those who are more advanced, I'm hoping this will be a resource to send to new people in your life on how to get into crypto, how to grow adoption. When you have new people asking you about this stuff, these will be videos that you can send them, I hope. So it's going to be a series. I got a few different parts planned for this one, but this is kind of the first one, and just how to buy Algorand. Now, I've got three methods we're going to talk about today. One that I personally endorse, that I use myself, and a couple other options that you might want to consider. If you're brand new, I think the option that I'm going to show you and walk you through at the end of the video will be the best one, but there are other options, and I want you to be aware of those options. If for no other reason than that, just that you know that they exist. Guys, if you like this kind of content, hit like, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate that. Don't have to smash it. You can just press it gently. My whole reason for getting into this is because I'm not a crypto insider. I wanted to understand the stuff myself, and I wanted to see if it worked. So I tend to do the experiment to see if it actually does what it's supposed to. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. I'll tell you that. Also, you should subscribe so you can see my ongoing Algorand DeFi experiment and my portfolio review, just showing how my crypto stuff is doing. But I wanted to see with DeFi, and we will get into DeFi. That will be a feature video for this series, just to see if this stuff actually works. Are you actually making money, or are you losing money on volatility? So you can see my latest video in my channel. Let's check that out. But otherwise, let's get into this one. So I've identified three different methods by how you can buy Algorand. The first one, the one I think is the best, is buying through an exchange like Coinbase. Personally, I like Coinbase. I think it's pretty easy to use. I think the fact that it's a publicly traded company means it has to file regular reports with the SEC, which means there's a lot of transparency there. Now, I know there's some trouble with Coinbase and the SEC right now, but out of all the exchanges, I have the most faith in Coinbase, and it's the one I use. It's also where the fees are the least. The downside, of course, is you do have to trust in a centralized exchange. Some people don't like that, but also it's pretty easy to buy stuff on this exchange and send it to your outside wallet. We will have a video about Algorand wallets that will be coming up in the future. And another good thing I like about using Coinbase or another exchange, especially Coinbase, is because the exit event is actually also pretty easy. What do I mean by that? I mean, when you, for some reason, want to exchange your crypto back for fiat currency, back for US dollars, or whatever the currency is in your country, I was able to do this with pretty large amounts of money and just send it back to my, basically be able to send the dollars to my in real life bank account. And so it actually works. Had trouble like doing this with other exchanges. I just like the way Coinbase works. It's not perfect, and we will go through that. I will show you how to do this one later in the video, so stay tuned. Meanwhile, now there's a second option, and another option is through the wallet itself, the crypto wallet. So this can be a good option if you don't trust exchanges, you don't want to use them, you just want to stay clear of anything centralized. It's a good way to do it. The problem is they're often very expensive. Now, how expensive are they? So I looked on the Para wallet, which offers MoonPay, Sardine, and Transact. Actually no C there. MoonPay fees are 3%, $3.99 or 4.5%, depending on how you structure it. It's pretty expensive. Sardine, the only example I could find was a $5 ACH fee. That's when you transfer from your bank. So I'm not sure with a credit card, but usually those are pretty expensive as well. And that was on a $50 purchase. So we're talking like 10% there. That's pretty high. And then Transact ranges from around 1% to more than 5%, depending on what kind of transaction it is. So these get pretty pricey. So it's kind of an even exchange. They're usually pretty self-explanatory. You can kind of it'll walk you through it. I've done it on MoonPay. It's not hard to do. They did hide the fees on me down in a drop-down menu that they would just never, I went through the whole video, never saw the fees, and people pointed out the fees after the fact. Be mindful of that. You're going to pay a lot more in fees. Coinbase is, through their advanced trading, is the absolute cheapest way to do it. And it's not that hard. We will show you how to do it. And then bridging. Now, bridging is a little more complicated. You have to do through something called Mint. There's a couple other sources that do that as well. This is the way you would do it if you were sending from, say, Bitcoin. So you can transfer Bitcoin or Ethereum to Mint. and swap it for the Algorand versions of those coins, and then you could swap it for Algorand. It's a little complicated. I don't know why you would do it. It can be a good way if you decide you want to keep your Bitcoin on your Algorand wallet, which I was doing for a while, and I decided not to do that anymore. I'm now keeping my Bitcoin on Coinbase because when the bull run hits, I want to be able to sell it off quickly. But it is a way to do it. You can do it. It's I do have a video on that if you want to check that out. It's probably up here. I can never remember which side it pops up on. If you want to check that out, you can see how that works. And it's not too complicated, and the fees are decent. Still, your best bet is going to be through Coinbase. So enough about that. Let's actually get into that. I'm going to show you my Coinbase screen here. Okay, so this is the view you get to now. This is Bitcoin. So let's go to Algorand. So all you're going to do, this is going to look, okay, this looks really, really complicated. I promise you it's actually not that complicated. You're going to go to, sorry about that. Just punch in Algo. Algo USDC is probably what you're going to want. I could do Algo BTC as well. So I click on that. My computer, this computer that I record on is a little slow, so forgive me. Okay, here's where it can get complicated, but it's not really that complicated. So first, let's see. I don't think I have any. I have no US dollar. So my first thing I want to do is add funds. And this assumes you have a Coinbase account, of course, and you've hooked it up to your bank. So I'm just going to do $10 for the purpose of showing you how this works. And hit continue, add cash now. Now it takes a little while for the cash to get from your bank to the crypto exchange, but that's okay because it's going to let you do it pretty much instantaneously. And there it is, really fast. Okay, now here's the part where it gets just a little confusing, because it's going to start you out on limit. I actually wish it started out on market. Now, limit price is like you only want to buy it if it's below a certain amount. So I have it at 0.1622. Now, if it were to pop up to 6,234 while I'm doing that, the order won't go through and it'll be stuck there. So this causes a lot of confusion. And it just did that. See, it just did that. So now if I hit that, if I hit it at 0.162, now it's back down. So you can see how like it can get confusing. It just pop back up again. So that sometimes if you do it on limit, the order will just be sitting there for a long, long time. And you're like, wait, why didn't that order go through? It's not working. So I think the easiest way is to just do market. That's going to buy it at whatever the price is when you happen to hit the button. So, all right, we got it at wherever we got limit. Now what you're going to do, if you want to buy, you can either enter the amount in dollars that you want, enter the amount in algo, or you can slide this all the way over, and that's just a maximum amount of cash. So if all the cash that I put in there, I just definitely want to buy algo. I just hit, boom, buy algo. That's all there is to it. And then this can be a little slow, but I'm going to go to my portfolio and see if it's there. Yep, there it is. It's actually a little less. There's a little bit in fees. So $10, and it looks like I paid about 6 cents in fees. I didn't show you the fee amount, but you can see that in the video. Probably showed it when I bought it. I'll have to go back and review the video myself to see that. But yeah, and I'll mark it. I'll have marked it by the time you see it. And then if I want to, you know what, just because if I did want to send it, if you click on the asset, it will take you to the send receive screen. And then I would hit send all. I would put the address of my wallet right in here and hit continue. Since it's Algorand, there's almost next to nothing in fees. And then it goes through really quick. The block finality is less than 4 seconds. So it will go through very, very fast. Imagine a bank transfer where it takes days. The Ethereum even takes hours. Algorand takes seconds. That's one of the reasons I like Algorand, which I will cover in my Why Algorand video. So there you have it. Now you know how to buy Algorand. It's actually pretty easy, especially through Coinbase. I particularly like Coinbase. I think it's the best way to do it, but there are other ways. As I've mentioned, you can explore those more. I do have a video on how to buy with MoonPay. It was through my algo, which nobody's using anymore. But the principle should be the same on Para, as well as I do have a video on Algo Mint and how to buy BTC. The premise there was to hold the Algorand version of BTC in your wallet. But if you wanted to just buy the Bitcoin to swap it, that's an option too. I hope you got a lot out of this. And like I said, if you're already an algo familiar person, you already know this stuff, this might be a good video to when someone asks you about Algorand and they want to know how would I buy some, it might save you some effort, and you're able to just send them this video, and it might make it a lot easier. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this series. I will have more videos coming out soon, so stay tuned to that. There will be a separate playlist for them. You're probably watching it right now if you're watching this in the future. Otherwise, stay safe out there, guys. Welcome to Algorand, and as always, I will see you in the future.